Good evening and welcome to the last performance of the Tragedy of Macbeth. We are so grateful to have you all here. Thank you very much for coming. Just a few housekeeping things. Please make sure that all of your cell phones are on silent, ringers off. Please no flash photography or recording of any kind during the performance. We do have actors moving up and down this aisle, so please keep that clear. And last but not least, even though this is a tragedy, you're still very much allowed to clap or laugh as it is appropriate. So without further ado, we will get this show started. Thank you very much.
What bloody man is that? He can report as seen by his plane when Volks is a new mistake.
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hardy soldier, fought against our captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the blow, as thou didst lead it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their heart. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, from the west with currents and gallows glasses was supplied. And fortune, on his damned and hoary smiling, showed like a rebel's horn. But all is too weak, for brave Macbeth, well he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smote with bloody execution, like valor's minion carved out his passage till he faced the knave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chops and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
No sooner justice had compelled these skipping currents to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes. As sparrows, eagles, or the hare of the lion. If I say truth, I must report they were as cannons, overcharged with double cracks, and so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. But I am weak, my gashes cry for help.
So well thy worth become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeon. Who comes here?
The worthy Bane of Ross.
What a haste looks through his eyes, so should he look that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Dane?
From Fife, great king, where Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself wrote terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict. point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory fell upon us.
Ah, great, happy this.
That now Sweno, the Norway's king, craves composition, nor would deign him burial of his men, till he dispersed at St. Colm's Inch $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath borne.
Were such things here as we do speak about?
Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when he reads of thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and praises do contend, which should be thine or his. Silence with that. In viewing o'er the rest of the self-same day, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks, nothing afeard of what thyself didst make. Strange images of death, as thick as hail, came post with post, and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee to his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor. For which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or whether he did line the rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both he labored in his country's wrath, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glance and Thane of Cawdor, the greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That trusted hope might yet enkindle you under the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange. And oftentimes, to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is, though it is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why, chance may crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him, like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us for the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts, each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friends.
Is execution on Cawdor done? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege,
They are not yet come back. But I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed your treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance.
Nothing in his life became unlike believing it. He'd arts from having studied in his death, and to throw away the dearest and young, as for a hero's trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. O worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. But thou hast less deserved that the origins both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your Highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe for your love and honor.
Welcome, Victor. I have begun to plan thee, and will labor to make them full of growth. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor must be known, no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys seek the wanton fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest. No, we will establish our estate on our eldest, Malcolm, which we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers. Huzzah! From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cotter.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears when it is done to see.
True, worthy Banquo, he is full, so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned from the perfect report there is more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who, were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, but it's true. Our thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than we could make of his message.
Give him tending. Bring some gracious news.
The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse that no compunctions, visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast, take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dullest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blank of the dark to cry, hold, hold! Great lambs, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter, thy letters have transported me beyond the ignorant present, and I see now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight,
And when goes hence?
tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my fame, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the times, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put tonight's great business into my dispatch, which, while our nights and day to come, give solely sovereign sway and mastery.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses. See our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which still we thank as love.
All our services, at every point twice done and then done double, were but poor and single business to contend against the honors deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old, and for late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your servants.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the hills and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides wrong. And his great love, sharp as a spur, hath helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guest tonight.
Your servants ever.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to my host. We love him highly and wish to continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
this globe might be the be-all and the end-all. Here, but here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we'd jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here. That we but teach bloody instructions, which, being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
We have almost slept. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, you not he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Haven't slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale, what it did so brilliant. From this time such I count thy love. Art thou feared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would?
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? You durst do it. Then you were a man. And in war than what you are, so much more the man. Nor time nor place could then appear in it. You could make them. They could make themselves. And that their fitness now doth unmake you. I have given to suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would have, while he was smiling in my face, have ripped my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail?
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, where to the rather his hard day's journey shall soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and with sail, so convinced that memory, the warder of the brain, is but a few, and the receipt of reason a vessel only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a dream, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males.
will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his chamber, and use their very daggers that they have done it?
Who dares receive another when we shall make our griefs and clamors roar upon his death?
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon's down. I'm not yet 3 o'clock.
And she goes down to 12.
I take it is later, sir.
Hold it. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take me that too. Heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond, he greets your wife withal. By most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else free should have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, when 'tis, it shall make honor free.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchised and allegiance clear. So I shall be counseled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. Alike to you.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes have made me fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy bladed dudgeon, gouts of blood which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, for the 1/2 world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep.
Thou sure and firm-set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts. And take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whiles I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds, too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. Was the owl that shrieked? The fatal bellman gives the stirs to the night. He is about it. The doors are open and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their nightcaps. Let death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there?
Alack. I am afraid it is done. They have awaited, it is not done. The attempt and not the deed confound us. Hark! I laid their daggers ready. They could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I have done it. My husband,
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
the owls scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
I.
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Come away.
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder. That they did wake each other. I stood and heard them. But they did say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening their fear. I could not say amen, they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I but pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after in this way, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. The death of each day's life. Sore labor's bath. Balm of hurt mind. Chief nourisher in life's feast. Great nature's second course.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more, to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your strength to think so brain sickly on things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Be firm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but his pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If you do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Ha! They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No, this will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us, and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking. I would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were a porter of Hellgate, should have hold turning the key. Knock, knock, who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in, have napkins enough about you. Here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, never act quiet. What are you? Well, this place is too cold for help. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought you'd let in one of every profession on the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon. I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
And what three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir. Nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and it unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink could be said to be equivocated with lechery. It makes him, it mars him. Persuades him, disheartens him. Sets him on, and it takes him off. Makes him stand to, but not stand to. And in conclusion, equivocates him to a sleep, and giving him the lie leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it is, sir, the very throat on me.
Is thy master stirring? Our knocking has awaked. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy thing?
Not yet.
He did command me call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in heals pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold as to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our
our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death, prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events. New hatched to the woeful time, the obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee!
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What is it you say? The life?
Me, His Majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Malcolm, Donalbain, Banquo, shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself! Up, up, and see the great doom's image! Malcolm, Banquo, as from your graves rise up, and walk like sprites to countenance this horror! Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls from our legs, sleepers of this house? Speak, speak!
Oh, gentlewoman, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Banquo! Banquo! Our royal master's murdered.
What? In our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duff, I pray, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere dregs has left this vault to brag of.
What is this?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
By whom?
Those of his chamber, it appears, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood, and their daggers unwiped we found upon their pillows. They were distracted and scared. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury, that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There, the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love? And in that heart, courage to make his love known.
Help me hence!
Look to the lady.
Why should we hold our tongues when most may claim this argument for hours?
What should be done here? For if fate hidden augur hole may rush and seize us. Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrows upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid, that suffer from exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work, to know it further. Fear and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence, against the undivulged pretense, I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well contented.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show Asara is an unfelt office, which the false man does easy. I owe to England.
To our Eldai, our Our separated fortune may keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers and men's smiles. The nearer blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore, a horse, let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in the theft, which steals itself, when there's no mercy left.
Within the volume of these times, I have seen hours dreadful and things strange, but this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
Thou seest the heavens, as trouble with man's act threatens his bloody stage. By the clock 'tis day, yet dark night strangles the traveling lamp. Is it night's predominance or the day's shame does the face of the earthen tomb, when living light should kiss it?
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of place, is by a mousing owl, hawk-necked and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, so beauteous and swift, the favorites of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contend against obedience, as if to make war with mankind.
'Tis said they ate each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine own eyes that looked upon it. Oh, here comes the good Macbeth. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas, the day. What good could they contend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts suspicion upon them.
Against nature still. Thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own life's means. Then 'tis most likely the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where's Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin, I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old ropes sit easier than our new.
Farewell, Angus.
God's medicine go with you, and with those that would make good of that, and friends of foes.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, lambs, all as the weird linen promised. And I fear thou playedst most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why by the verities on me made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
Had he been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unforgiven.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in this day's council. But we'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland. not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state for craving this way. Hie you to horse. Adieu, till you return at night. Goes Leonce with you?
Aye, my lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are well, without fallacy.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I fear. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them the gracious Duncan have I murdered. Put rancors in the vessel of my peace, only for them. And mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings? The seats of Banquo kings? Rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Now, go to the door and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was. So please, your highness.
Well then, now have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he, in the times past, which held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference. Passed in probation with you, how you were borne in hand, how crossed, the instruments, who wrought with them, and all things else that might to half a soul into a notion crazed say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue you go for men. Now, if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, and grapples you to the heart and love of us, which wear our health but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I have won, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed, I'm reckless what I do despite the world.
And I another, so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid of it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And it's such bloody instance that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will about him, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on it, for it must be done tonight. And something from the palace. Always thought that I require a clearness. And with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Fleance, his son, that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court? Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Lots had, all spent, when our desires got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions make you, using thoughts that should indeed have died along with them they think on. What is without remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have sworn the snake, not killed her. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer, ere we will eat our meal in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come, gentle my lord, smooth o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue, unsafe the while that we must lay our honors in these flattering streams, and make our faces vizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo in his flailance lives.
But in them nature's copy is not eternal.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund. There shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
The innocent of the knowledge here is chucked, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night,
Scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand, cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, whilst night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
Who did bid thee join with us?
He needs not our mistrust. He delivers our offices and will give the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet gleams with some streets today. Now spurs the late traveler pace, gain the time needed. And here approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark. I hear horses. Give us a light there.
That you see, the rest that are within the court are already inside.
His horses go about almost a mile, but he does usually. So all men do. From hence to the palace gate make their walk.
A light,
Dizzy, stand to it.
There will be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Oh, treachery! Fly, good fire! Fly! 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 Now man on the But who did strike out the light?
Is it not the way?
There's but one down. The sun has fled.
We've lost best half of our fare.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourselves will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. For my heart speaks they are welcome.
See, they encounter thee with their hearts' thanks. Both sides are even, here will sit in the midst, be large in mirth. Anon will bring the measure, the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis banquos then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet, he's good that did the life for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art a non-parail.
Most royal, sir. Flameless escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect, whole as the marble, bounded as the rock, as broad and general as the casing air. But now I am cabined, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe?
Aye, my lord. Safe in the ditch he bides, with 20 tragic gashes on his head. The least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer? The feast is sold that is not often vouched. Well, 'tis a making, 'tis given with welcomes. To feed were best at home, from thence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Meaning were bare without it.
Sweet remembrancer. Now, good digestion, wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness sit.
Here had we now our country's honor roofed, were the graced person of our Banquo present. Whom may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance?
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please, your highness, to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here's a place, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this? What, my good lord? Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, noble friends. My lord is often thus and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. Upon a thought he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
I am a bold one that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is that air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well become a woman's story at a winter's fire authorized by her grandmother. Shame itself. Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there! Behold, look! Lo, how say you? Why, what care I? If thou canst nod, speak too! If charnel houses and our graves must send those that we bury back, our monuments shall be the laws of hawks.
What great unmanned in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him!
Fie for shame!
Blood hath been shed ere now, in the olden time. Aye, and since too, murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear. The time has been that when the brains were out, the man would die, and there an end. But now they rise again with 20 mortal murders on their crowns and push us from our stools? This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all, and I'll sit down. Give me some wine, fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss, would he were here. To all in him we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties
And the pledge.
Avaunt and quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom, 'tis no other. Only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare! Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros, or the Turkish tiger. Take any shape of that, and my firm nerves shall never tremble. Or be alive again, and dare me to the desert with thy sword. If trembling I am heaven, then protest me the baby of a girl. Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! Why so, being gone, I am a man again. May you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth. Broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
such things be and overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange even to the disposition that I own, when now I think that you could behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health. Attend His Majesty.
Kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have by maggot, pies, and crows and rooks brought forth the secret sman of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning, which is which.
How sayest thou that Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send. There's not a one of them, but in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak. For now I am bent to know, by the worst means, the worst. For mine own good, all causes shall give way. I am in blood stepped in so far that, should I wade no more, returning were as tedious as go o'er. Strange things I have in head but will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
thoughts, which can interpret further. Only I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pig of Macbeth, married he was dead, and the right valiant Banquo walked too late. For whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed for Fleance fled, men must not walk too late. Who could not want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donald Bain to kill their gracious father? Damn in fact, how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not strain pious rage the Tudelinquins tear? Who were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was that not nobly done? Aye, and wisely too. So that I say, he was born all things good. And had he Duncan's sons under his key, as it please heaven he should not, They would know what 'twere to kill a father, and so should Fleance. But peace. For broad words, and because he failed his presence in the tyrant's feast. Sir, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, and is received of the most pious Edward with such respect that nothing the malevolence of fortune takes from his high grace. Thither Macduff is gone, to pray the king upon his holy aid, that with help from these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honors, all which we pine for now. In this report hath so exasperated their king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Send me to Macduff.
He did, and with an absolute "Sir, not I," the cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums as one who should say, "You'll rue the time that calls me with this answer." Well, I shall send my prayers with him.
Tell
dismiss me. Enough.
Whate'er thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast heart my fear aright. But one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth!
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody bold and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon their baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion little, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish thee, until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Sweet Bowman's good. Rebellious dead rise never till the wood of Burnham rise. And our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom? I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse follow you. Let me know. What noise is this?
Show his eyes and breathe his heart. Long like shadows, so deep
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs. And thy hair, thou other gold-bound brow, is like the first. A third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth? Starved eyes. What? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet? A seventh? I'll see no more. Horrible sight. Now I see 'tis true, for the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for his. What? Is this so?
Say
work when Death has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is o'ertook unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macbeth I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights! Where are these gentlemen? Come bring me where they are.
Make him fly the land.
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife? To leave his babes? His titles and his mansions and a place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. But the poor wren, the most diminutive birds, will fight. Her loved ones in her nest against the owl. All is a fear and nothing is a love. As little as the wisdom, for when the wisdom runs against all reason.
My dearest coz, I pray you, school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times for when we are traitors who do not know ourselves. When we hold rumor from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and none. I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward. My pretty cousins, blessings be upon you.
They are fathered, yet they are fatherless.
So much a fool. Should I stay any longer? It would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father's dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what we get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou'd never fear the net or the line, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should we, mother? Poor birds, they are not set for. Father's not dead for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. And how wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can get a 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy it and sell you.
Thou speaks with all thy wit, and yet in faith with wit enough for thee.
Was father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
One that swears and lies.
And be it all traitors that do so.
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swears are fools. They're liars and swears enough to be the honest men and hang up them.
God help thee, poor monkey. But what wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If he would not, 'twere a good sign that we should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkest.
Bless you, fair dame. I am not to you known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a simple maid's advice, be not found here. Hence with your little ones. To frighten you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do worse to you were fell cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you. I dare abide no longer.
But whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I realize now I'm in this earthly world where to do harm is often laudable. To do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified as such as thou may find him. He's a traitor. No, I am so sick.
some desolate shade, and there our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and, like good men, bestride our downfall and birth them. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, and it resounds as if it fell to Scotland, and yelled out like syllable of dolor.
What I believe, I'll wail. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you. I am young, but something you deserve of him through me and wisdom, to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb, 'tis appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon, that which you are my thoughts cannot transpose. The angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things foul must wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still excel.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I find my doubts. Why in the wrong is left you wife and babes? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love, without leave taking? I pray you, let not my suspicions be your dishonors, but my own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I should think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country! Great tyranny, lay thou thy base ashore, for goodness dare not check thee. Wear thou wrongs, the title is confirmed. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst, for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the riches to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think with all weary hands uplifted in my right, and here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer in more sultry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
And who should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know. All the particulars of life so grafted, that when they shall be opened, black Macbeth will seem pure as snow, and the poor estate esteemeth as a lamb, being compared with my confiner's harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned and evil to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. But I have none. The king becoming graces as justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, loneliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting in many ways. Nay, had I power, I would pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar universal peace, confound all unity on earth. If such one be fit to govern, speak. I am, as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live, O nation miserable with an untitled tyrant bloody scepter. When shalt I see thy wholesome days again, since that the truest issue of thy throne, by his own interdiction, stands accursed and does blaspheme his breed? Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee, oftener on her knees than on her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatest upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul. Wipe the black scruples, reconcile my thoughts to thy good truth and honor, but God above, deal between thee and me. For even now I put myself in thy direction, and unspeak mine own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself, as strangers to my nature. I am yet unknown to woman, never was forsworn, scarcely have coveted what was thought mine own. At no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than life. My first false speaking was this upon myself. What I am is mine and my poor country's to command. Now will together, in the chance of goodness, be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once, 'tis hard to reconcile. my ever-gentle cousin, welcome hither.
Good God, be times remove the means that make us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stay in Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rent the air are made upon marked, where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's knell is scarce asked for who, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying or ere they sicken.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace.
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a miser of your speech. How goes?
Well, when I came hither to transport the tidings, which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor. Now is the time for help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort. We are coming thither.
Would I could answer the comfort with the like. But I have words that should be howled out into the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern there?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess some of the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard. Your castle is surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner where on the quarry of these murdered deer, to add to the death of you.
My children killed too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence? My wife killed too?
Be comforted. Let's make us Bensons of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, how kind all? What? All my pretty chickens and their dam in one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things were that were so precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful Macduff, they were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine, shall slaughter all their souls! Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt, not the heart. Enrage it.
Cut short all intermission, front to front. Bring thou this villain of Scotland and myself within my sword's length set him. If he scape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long, that never finds the day.
2 nights watch with you, but received no truth in your report. When was it you say she last walked?
Since His Majesty went to the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth the paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. All this while I lay most fast asleep.
Great disturbance in nature to receive at once benefits of sleep, yet do the effects of watching. What in the slumber agitation at any time have you heard her say?
None that I will report after her.
You may to me, as must be you should.
Neither to you nor anyone having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo, you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her. Stand close.
Is she by that light?
Way it stood by her. She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
See her eyes are open.
Aye, but their senses shut.
How she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus, washing her hands. I have known her continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yet, here's the spot. Out, damn spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Why then, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord! Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a feared? What need we fear, who knows it, when none can call our power to account? And yet, who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What, will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting. Where's the smell of the blood still? All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh. Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo is buried. He cannot come out on his grave. To bed, to bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. Come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
How whisperings are broad, unnatural deeds to bring unnatural troubles, affected minds to their death doors to discharge their secrets, warning you the violent position. God forgive us all. Remove from her the means of all annoyances, and still keep eyes upon her. So, good night. My mind she is made illuminates my sight.
Good night, good worry.
The English power is near, led on by Monmouth. Revenges burn in them, for their dear causes, which the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way are they coming.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunstan, he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, other that lesser hidden do call it valiant fury. But for certain he cannot buckle his distempered rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands. Now, minutely, revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief.
Who then shall blame his senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march me on, and let's give obedience obedience where it is truly owed.
Or so much as it needs. To do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham Wood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou creep-faced loon! Where gotst thou that goose look?
There are 10 or more
geese, villain?
Soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and overrid thy fear, thou lily-livered boy! What soldiers, Patch? Death of thy soul! Those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear! What soldiers wave face?
The English force so please you.
Take thy face hence. Porter, I am sick at heart when I behold. Porter, I say! This push will cheer me ever, or deceit me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sear, the yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age as honor, love, obedience, troops of friends, I must not look to have. But in their stead, curses, not loud, but deep, mouth honor, breath which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Porter!
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, as reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Scour the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me mine armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled by thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart?
Therein the patient must minister to herself.
Throw physic to the dogs, all none of it! Come, girl, dispatch! If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health. I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Pull it off, I say! What rhubarb, senna, or what purgative drug would scour these English hence? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good lord. Your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death in vain till Burnham's forest come to Dunsinane.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that Chambers will be safe.
We doubted nothing.
We learn no other, but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane.
'Tis his main hope, for where there's advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve him but constrained things, whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censors attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches. That with due decision make us know what we say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative or unsure hopes relate, but certain issues strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls. The cry is still, they come. Our castle's strength will laugh us each to scorn. Here let them lie till famine and the fever eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them dareful, beer to beer, and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my good lord.
The time has been, my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my fellow hair would at a dismal tale rouse and stir as life were in it. I have supped full with horrors, direness, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me. Wherefore was I cried?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but will not add to it.
Oh, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the pillow, I looked toward her, and did not move thought. The wood began to move.
Liar and knave!
Let me endure your wrath, but be not so. Within this mile may you see them coming.
If thou speakst false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive, till famine wither thee! Ah! Arm and out! If this which he avouches does appear, there is nor flying hence, nor tarrying here.
I gin
aweary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell. Blow wind, come rack. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough, you worthy uncle shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon what else remains to do, according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear or none.
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callst thyself a harder name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself would not pronounce a name more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest in the poor tyrant, with my sword I'll prove the lie thou speaks.
Thou wast born of woman. But swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by man that's of a woman born.
That way the noise is! Tyrant, show thy face! If thou beest slain and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike and wretched men whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge I sheath again undeeded. There thou shouldst be. By this great clatter, one of greatest notes seems brooded. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord. The castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's powers do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day itself almost professes yours, and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on my own sword? Whiles I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villains in terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor, as easy mayst thou the entrenchant air with thy keen sword and press, as make me bleed.
Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and damn be him that first cries, hold! Enough! I hope the friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived until he was a man, which no sooner had he his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man, he died.
So, he is dead?
And carried off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it hath no end.
Had he his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Why then, God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have heirs, I would not have wished them to a fairer death. And so is Nella's noble.
He's worth more sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score. And so God be with them. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutation in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland!
So things do all at once in each one, which would be planted newly with the time, as calling home our friends abroad that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands took off her life. This, and what needful else that calls upon us, by grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place.
Hail, King of Scotland!